So my name is Nick. I'll give you guys kind of a background of me. I was working in sales up in Brooklyn, New York, for about 9 years in medical device sales, and it just wasn't for me. I knew that it wasn't for me. I didn't want to follow and fall into the rat race of basically working my whole life and working for somebody else. So I ended up learning about investing at a young age with my dad and learning how to put money to work for itself. And I ended up purchasing a house in Brooklyn that I rent on Airbnb. And that's been pretty much how I've been able to pay for kind of my life living down here in Mexico. And at that point, actually, Danny and I both went to Bon Air, which is an island off the coast of Venezuela, close to Aruba. And I had rented out my section of the house. So it's a building with three apartments in it. And I realized I actually was losing money by staying there. So I never went back. I went to Colombia and I didn't tell my work. I bought a car while I was in Colombia in Arizona and decided I might as well do this crazy journey to go down from the United States to Argentina. I've always had this kind of, I guess, want and desire to speak Spanish. I took it in school, so I said, what better opportunity would be to just go through all the Spanish speaking countries. I did that for about a year. I drove all through Mexico, and then just basically from my house money that I was bringing in from Airbnb in New York, and I made it to Belize for about 3 months, and I was living there. But that was right before COVID happened, and then all of a sudden, all the borders got closed down. So I had to make kind of a decision whether or not to stay in Belize, where they speak English, or come back to Mexico. And I decided to come back to Mexico thinking that it was going to be COVID like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I left my car in Belize, and it turned out we're still doing this. So that was like back in March of 2020. And I left my car in Belize for about 9 months, and it was a hassle to get it back because they wouldn't let me go there. And they were mad that I left without the car and whatnot. So as I was living here in Mexico, just kind of waiting it out, I just figured, I was investing in the stocks and I made some good money with some stocks. And I figured, you know what, maybe I'll try to buy another house internationally. So I ended up purchasing another house down here from my stock money, which I took out on margin. So I actually still have the stocks. And I bought another place down here in Tulum. As I did that, I met a really close friend of mine and a business partner now. His name is Tony. It's Abraham's cousin. And I work with him. We do a lot of development down here for land development and building out houses for fully. Here's Ben. We build out full Airbnb businesses, and with those, that's kind of like where my focus is. So as that all comes together and how this is related is a lot of people have asked me that I grew up with, friends, family, just people I meet traveling, is how were you able to do this? And I told them, I saved my money, I bought the houses, and I shifted my mind from getting things to work for me rather than spending my time to do it. And there's a big barrier to entry to being able to purchase a house if it's not an FHA loan. And so I started focusing on helping other people kind of get to that. With that being said, I met a friend of Abraham's that we were working with these Amazon stores, and he introduced me to this. So I started invest. I actually purchased an Amazon store, and I'm going to go through and explain to you how all of this works. But it becomes a passive income similar to my houses, to where we have a team running these stores. Now, before I show you all the things on my Amazon store and everything, I'm really big into investing. So there's always a risk to it. It's not like a get rich quick scheme. It's not anything like that. It's not a pyramid scheme or anything like that either. you guys shop on Amazon. If you guys buy something from Amazon, you're buying it from someone that is getting it for a cheaper price, and they're shipping it to you, and you're paying the retail. And that's how this works. So with that being said, what we're doing is a thing called drop shipping. It's been around for quite some time. Probably back in the day, you may have heard of Alibaba. Alibaba became really big when Shopify started. So Shopify is a company that you can build your own website, put your own products there. You can have a Stripe account or a PayPal account and run advertisements to products. I remember when Game of Thrones came out. Game of Thrones was a huge thing for these drop shipping stores because people wanted T-shirts, people wanted coffee mugs, people wanted like the swords from there, and everybody was sourcing the products from a company called Alibaba. Alibaba blew up. Alibaba is a big company out in China, similar to Amazon, but they're selling products at wholesale. The problem with Alibaba is that the person that purchases the item has to wait maybe 15 to 20 days for the item to be shipped from China, and then you get it in a Chinese package, and it becomes like you know people caught on like, oh, I got this from China, it's cheap quality, or I have to wait 20 days. I mean, not saying that you can't get good quality from Alibaba, you can. um, so that was kind of where the drop shipping like really took off, where for me, I remember just back when Game of Thrones started and people were buying the t-shirts and the sayings from there, like, nothing, Jon Snow, and stuff like that. So as people started getting smarter and learning how to run these stores online, I mean, if you look, Shopify opened, their stock price was, I think, I don't know what the price was, but it's trading at like $200 a share now. So, and that is because they provided a platform for people to do exactly what I'm talking about, drop shipping, and have their own online store and their checkout process. So the industry has been growing. Now we both know, all of us know about Amazon. We all know about Walmart. Um, so when it comes to Amazon and Walmart stores, we are doing the exact same thing. And Amazon allows drop shipping. Walmart allows drop shipping. It's technically how a lot of this works. Actually, in fact, Amazon has a business model created around this called Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon, which is called FBA. Now, the difference between those two is that FBA requires inventory in their warehouses. So, and what the barrier to entry of that is, you have to find a product, make sure that hopefully it sells, ship it to Amazon, and then whatever money you have, you have to spend on inventory. So you might have 500 of these phone cases, ship them to Amazon, and then Amazon fulfills the orders for you. That's the fulfillment part. And they run all of, not marketing or anything, but they run all of the packaging. They take the boxes, they ship them out, and they do all of that, and then they take a cut for operating your business for you. Now, not the problem. It's just that you have to have a lot of capital up front in order to get into that, and you don't necessarily have extreme amount of research done for the products that you want to sell. There are programs out there that you can download that will look at different marketing trends of the products and stuff like that. But it becomes kind of a full-time job, in the sense of, you're doing all the research, you have to spend the money to ship the products there, and then they take a cut. And I have not tried it. I've done a lot of research on it, but it scares me in the sense of not knowing. It's like going into the land of unknown. I could put maybe $5,000 down, and then hopefully it works. Now, the model that I'm using, and a lot of, like, Rich actually has one of the Amazon stores with us. He Rich has one of the stores with us, is called drop shipping. So what we're doing is, we have a team. Our team is managing the products that get listed in your store. There's no inventory required for the products that are listed. In fact, they're actually being sold on Walmart.com. So Walmart has the products. So let's just say, I mean, for instance, some of the products I have in the store are Ocean Spray Orange Juice. There's a case of 12 of them. We sell them on Amazon for $62 or $59 or whatever the price is, but we're sourcing that product directly from Walmart. So if someone has an Amazon store, an Amazon account, like a Prime account, you're just loyal to Amazon because you pay for the Prime. You probably have Prime Video. You have everything. You've always used Amazon, and it's just easier to log on and click reorder the product. So what our team does is we find these products that are selling for $35 on Walmart, and they're selling for $50 on Amazon. Now, then we scale it out and we find even more products like that. So after everything is said and done, the what's it called? The profit margin is the difference in the amount that it costs from Walmart to ship from what they paid, what the customer paid. The benefit here with doing that is that you don't I keep bringing this back up, is the inventory aspect of it. You don't have to pay for any inventory. You're only paying for the product that is actually purchased at that time. So if I went and if you're a customer, let's just say Thomas came to Amazon and he purchased the what's it called, the orange juice. Now I have that money deposited in my account, and then I use my credit card to go and source that from Walmart, and we purchase it. We ship it as a gift. So Amazon doesn't like, obviously, to have a Walmart box show up at your house from an Amazon product. So when we order it as a gift, it doesn't get placed in a branded Walmart box. So it gets shipped directly to the customer from the Walmart factory or the Walmart warehouse or wherever it comes from. And then Amazon takes, their fee. There's a shipping fee. And after everything is said and done, as you do this month over month, it's about 15 to 23% return on the money that you're spending. Now, the money that we're spending, it comes all from a credit card. You can do it one of two ways. You can do a credit card, or you can have a cash funded, like, checking account with cash in there. For me personally, there's two benefits of having a credit card. One, it's not my money. Two, I started out with a 0% APR card. So for the first year, I don't need to spend it to pay it off initially. So when I purchase my store, I'm able to have that balance on there for an entire year until my store repays it back and I'm profiting. So the other thing is I have two cards. One, I get cash back, and two, the other one, I get flight miles, like air miles. So I'm racking up points for the business that I'm running. What we do ask is that you have a minimum of at least 15,000 in credit available to you. So the way that Amazon works is every 2 weeks they deposit the money that you've gotten from the orders. So I'll share with you my screen, and we can log in. So I'll log into my store. Now, when I started this, I said that there is a risk, right? So there's always a risk to any investment. As Amazon, as you start your Amazon account, I gotta log into this. I think it's this. As you start your Amazon account, they I'm just going to pull this up. Today, year to date, apply. Okay. The connection's interrupted. Can you guys still hear or see me? If someone could unmute themselves just so I know.
Yeah, yeah, we can see you. I can hear you.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay. Yeah, Danny. I think he disconnected from the. He said his connection interrupted. So, like I said, so with any investment, there's always a risk, correct? Now, I started my store on August 28th, which really is September 1st. So in September, I had a total of two. If you can see this, it says $2,880.36 spent. Come October, I had $20,229.81 sold. I'm sorry, I didn't. That's not what I spent. I'm sorry. 20,000 sold, and then this month in November, my store actually was suspended because of the growth here. Now our team has a 98% success rate in getting stores unsuspended. And the reason being is because I started and all of a sudden it went from $98 to $2,800 to $20,000. So Amazon gets flagged and they say, whoa, wait a second. How did he do this? It tends to be, some stores have gotten suspended. So I have 23 friends that we did this with. Rich is one of them. And out of the 23, we had 2 stores suspended. And what happens is there's an appeal process, and my team has to go through and discuss this with Amazon and explain to them exactly what we're doing, and we'll get the store back. It's a process. It takes a little bit of time. And the good thing is that, me being fully transparent is I have the 0% APR card for the first year. So after this little hiccup, my store will come back and it will continuously scale. And like I said, Rich has his. Rich's store is still running. And so out of the 23 stores that I set up with my friends and family back in August, only 2 of ours has been suspended. And it's just hit or miss. It's literally just Amazon doing their due diligence. And that's just part of the industry. And that's part of how it goes. I'm not worried. I'll get the store back. It's just like protocol that they have with Amazon. Amazon is a huge, they own the world pretty much. So they have teams that make sure that, you're not just coming in here with $1 million and then just taking over the market for something. There's rules and regulations. I don't know exactly all the rules and regulations. I don't need to know that. I just need to know that we can get the stores back and stuff like that. So this is my personal store. Yes, let me.
Sorry, it's Mother. I'm over here. So I was just wondering. So you said you did 23 stores, but 2 were flagged. So is that the total you've ever done? Is 23?
My team. So me personally. So my team has over. My team has over 300 stores, but they're not through me. They have 7 years experience doing this, and I'm only referring to like the people that I sold the stores for and helped them with their investment. So me, my cousin Seamus, Rich is one of them. I have a buddy of mine, Vodka, a buddy of mine, Mark, that I went to high school with, and we have friends from college. So obviously I brought this to them because this is what I'm doing. I have a lot of money invested in this stuff. It's performing, it's generating me an income every month. And the thing is me personally, I just don't feel comfortable coming to someone that I don't know and saying, hey, I have this investment opportunity and, do it. I haven't done it yet, but you go and do it. And I wanted to make sure, my friends, it's okay. Like they're all on board. I wanted to make sure that, I'm doing this the correct way. Anybody can invest and do this themselves, but I just don't feel comfortable going to, Chad, I don't know you. I wouldn't say, hey, yeah, we're doing this and lie to you. And then, your store gets suspended and I have to go figure it out. That's not who I am. And that's just not what I do. Rich is one of I have an online course as well. I've helped Rich with some stock stuff and some Airbnb stuff. He owns a couple properties in Cincinnati, Ohio, and rents them out. I actually went to college with him, and he was one of my students for my online course. and he trusts me. He feels comfortable with doing things that I say and stuff like that. So for the past 4 months, I kind of took like a step back. We set up these 23 stores. We're monitoring them and seeing how they're going. I actually have some phone calls. I actually have a phone call set up with Rich tomorrow to go over his performance on his store, as well as some other investment stuff. And I'll be recording those videos and sharing them with everybody as well, because this isn't like, it's not something that I do to like make money off everybody, and it's not a scam. This is real stuff that what we're doing, and I bring it to people. And like I said in the beginning, my main goal is to help people to get to a point that I'm at, where you're not working your 9-to-5 job. And then I have land and I have full operating Airbnb down here in Tulum and in Cancun and Playa del Carmen to work with you guys. So my goal is, set you guys up for success here. And in maybe a year or a year and a half, 2 years, you guys want to say, hey, like I'm making good money. I've been saving it. Maybe I should buy an Airbnb business and generate another 10 to 20% return on my money every month. We have those here. We have full operating Airbnb businesses here. So yeah, out of the 23 stores, only 2 have been suspended, and we'll get them back. It's just mainly just the time. That's all it is. So I can show you. Does that answer your question? I don't know who asked that question.
Oh, sorry, I'm over here. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just started the cameras over there.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So
That's okay.
I guess I'm asking, so like statistic-wise, do you know what percentages of scores on how you wouldn't get?
I don't know. It's kind of random. So even when you set up your store, if you ever logged into a bank account from a new device, like on a different computer or something, you know how they send you they'll send you a 6-digit text message code. So when you sign up for your Amazon business seller's account, they randomly just select an account that needs that 6-digit code sent in the mail. Because when we set up these, some people received that 6-digit code and some people didn't. I didn't get one. It just set it up and it was verified. But I don't know. I think it's just at random. I think it's just at random as to why they get it's like a suspension of just, hey, you're scaling very well, you're doing this very well, we've never seen you on our platform before, and we're just interested to know what's going on. We don't want you doing anything illegal, we don't want you doing anything that's against our terms of services and blah blah blah. So we just need to have a phone call with you, and there's an appeal process. Our team handles that. I'm sorry?
How long that takes? How long, do you know how long that
Yeah,
appeal, or how long
it takes about 14 days. And when you call them and talk to them, it's, oh yeah, COVID, we have a lot of phone calls. COVID is dealing with this and whatnot. So it takes about 14 days, is from what I've been told. This week will be going on the week of the 14th, 14 days for me. So hopefully by the end of this week, I have my store back, or at least get some information in regards to it. So yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me show you. So I'm going to show you exactly how much money I have spent, how much money I have profited and made. And then over time, like with my friends, I'm going to sit down with them and have them bust out their credit card, statements, and then calculate these for them as well. I have a lot of their Excel spreadsheets. So what we do is we hook you up. Abraham is on the phone right now. He's on this call right now. The AM, you can't see his face. Actually, yeah, he'll say hi.
Hey.
This is Abraham. So he's our account executive. He works with you. He's the one that he's sitting right next to me. He's the one that will be communicating with you back and forth in regards to anything that's going on. You have questions, setting you up, preparing your Excel spreadsheet for, what it's, the performance. And then Danny is here too. I think you actually know Danny. Danny is, I don't know why his is getting disconnected. Daniel Goldfinger. So now let me share. So what he will be your account. Abraham's your account executive, and then I gotta share this again. All right, so this is my, it's gonna log me out because I was logged in. Hold on one second. So I have 2 credit cards, and I can send you, if you don't have a credit card that you want to set up for this. This one is like my favorite one. It's an Amex Gold card. It you start out with a limit, but as you pay the card off, the limit increases. So let me show you my payments, performance, payments. So disbursements. So you can see these disbursements all the way back from November 9th of 2021. So the first week I made $48 in sales, $339, $1,100, $2,400, $400, $100, $18, $1,100, $3,400, $833, $24, $27, $13, $15. You can see these are going up. So what Amazon allows you to do, so my credit limit on this card is at $7,300. So we kind of keep it as a rotating line of credit. So what I was doing was, in order to free up that 7,300, I just kept clicking request payment. So watch, I can request this disbursement. So that's $324 that I'll get deposited in my account. Maybe tomorrow's Saturday, so maybe like by Monday. So then I was coming through here and just making these payments. So $2,300 payment, $28. Oh, these were credited. So these were maybe returned items, or Walmart just gave me money back. I'd have to look and see where that came from. And you can see that what we are doing is purchasing the items from Walmart. So this was like a case of, I don't know, orange juice. Now let me show you my, where do I have to go? Let me go to my spreadsheet. I thought I had it pulled up. So I'm gonna go right here. Uh-oh, I saw something from the New York Department of Motor Vehicles. That's not good. In my email. Shared with me. Oh, here it is.
So while you're doing that, one more question.
Sure.
So besides for getting shut down, what is the other risk? That the products won't sell, or, I mean, what
No, so that's a great question. And I've been trying to figure that out myself. I guess the other risk would be, I don't know. I really, that's the only risk that I have seen so far. And I've asked our team that is operating these, is that there's a potential that it can get suspended. If it gets indefinitely suspended, we open up a new LLC and we do it again. And but my team, the ones that are running these for us, they have a 98% success rate in getting the stores back. And they've been doing this for 7 years, and they continuously are in communication with Amazon back and forth, and they have their own contacts there. So the other risk that I've seen is that if I don't pay my credit card off in time, then I run out of available credit and I can't sell any more of the products until the card is paid off, or I forget to pay it. And if I was using an older card that I have, then I would be paying interest on it. Yeah, I would be paying interest and I'd be losing money. So obviously it is fully automated, but the only automation that's not is you actually have to pay your credit card. I mean, we don't do that. So I'll show you. So in the beginning, just like any other investment, like when I invest in my stocks or my crypto or whatever, there are days where things go down. I like to convey the message of making sure that you're looking at the big picture, right? So in my first month, I spent $2,000 and $2,050 plus the Amazon fees plus all these. So it was $2,685 with that, and then the sold price was 2,800. So I only profited $11.47. Now, the first month you can't go through and just make $20,000 in sales because it's going to flag Amazon. You have to slowly just follow their procedure of being a seller. So then from 1147, I went in October up to 3,300 in profit. So I sold 19,280. I paid 11,400, and then I have all these different fees associated with that. So I earned a 29% return on that. This one was in September was a 0.5%, and November, since it got suspended, I only sold 5,000, and I only profited 1,000, and I was 37% ROI. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this. Sign in. So to show you that I am making profit and this actually is real. So now I'll tell you the prices. So for the Amazon store, it's $12,500 for the investment. That includes it includes a lot. It includes a full LLC in the state of Delaware. It includes a bank account with a company called Mercury Bank. Well, not a company, I guess just a bank. It's a Mercury Bank. This is a business checking account with, everything that you need from your paperwork from your LLC. We have an accountant that will do all the taxes for you. That obviously you have to pay the accountant. It's $500, and she will do she actually will do your personal taxes as well. If you have your own accountant, you can give them all this paperwork. Amazon obviously sends you the tax documents at the end of the year. They actually keep the taxes for you and pay the IRS out of your sales, so you don't have to deal with that. It includes the product research. It includes everything that is automated for your Amazon store, and then also your bank account and your LLC. Let me just log into my. So, like I said, the initial investment is 12,500, and in about 4 months, you'll make that 12,500 back, and each of this you'll end up being profitable then. So as you can see on here, I've been running this up. Let me just download my billing statements. I'll show you. So just so you know that it's profitable, right? So let's do July. I didn't have it. September. Save September, October.
So when you say 12,000 buy-in, is that just the upfront cost? That's not for any of the credit. Then you do the credit on your credit card to buy stuff. So the 12,000 is just an initial investment. Right?
Exactly. So this one, and this one. Okay. So this one I had a personal expense on here. This $495 is actually a personal expense, but the balance was $647. So that was where I made the $11.97 or whatever it was. This one I spent $2,200. Actually, I'm sorry, I spent $3,800, and you can see I was paying the card off, right? So 1802, 3859, and then in November I spent $9,000. So you can tell that my American Express card only has a $7,300 limit as of right now. I actually got to call them because this gold card is part of their black card family, meaning you have to pay it off. As you pay it off, the price increases and there's technically no limit. But for me, based on my credit score or whatever it was, they gave me 7,300. But you see, I have 7,300 here, but in November I spent 9,000. So I just kept rotating it. I just kept making payments, and I was just, paying it off and rotating it. Now, the 12,500 in my Chase account is where I purchased my store, right? So I'll show you. These were the charges. It was in August maybe, but I think it probably showed up on September. No, it would be August. So here was my 12,500 investment right here. And as you can see, I've paid off my entire credit card here. This is 0. And where did that go? Whatever 12,500 minus this is how much I'm profiting. And when I say profiting right now, I mean the amount of products that I've purchased, that I've sold. So how do I explain this? So if I sold it for $50 on Amazon, but I purchased it from Walmart for $35, I have a $15 profit margin there, right? So the store is profiting, but I haven't recuperated my initial $12,500 investment, right? So I'll tell you, in 12,500 minus 7264.15. So I've profited, meaning the store is generating a positive return of $5,235.85. So that's since September 1st with the suspension from last week. So obviously, as if my what's it called? My store was running, I would obviously have more money coming in, and this would probably be a little bit less. So let me show you the other stores that were running. All of these. These are some of the other stores. So also the other thing is that some people have different credit limits. Okay, so some people have different credit limits. So the way that it works is, and I hate to say this because it sounds crazy, but after everything is said and done, you're making between 15 and 23% return. Some are making more. When you see this number right here, this 42%, there's a 60-40 split. I have to pay the people that are running these. My team has to be paid for this. This is a full-time job. You could 100% do this yourself. It's going to be a full-time job. You have to learn how to do it. You have to learn where the products are coming from, how to research them, and stuff like that. That's why this is passive for me, because I'm not doing anything. If I wanted to do this as a full-time job, I'm sure I could probably make even more. But I have other things that I'm doing. Like, I'm okay with making 20% return on the credit card that I'm using that's not my money, to generate income and focus on getting more credit available to me to scale it. So these are some of my stores that are running, and I will get some videos this week because we've been running them for about 4 months. So at 42% ROI with $3,400 cash profit, this guy has a high credit limit. So he sold 196,000 with 22,000 profit, 6,800 with 1,300, and you can get the picture. The skin in the game. So when I first started doing this, I was a little hesitant because I'm like, well, I'm giving a 40% split. What happens if this happens, or what happens if that happens? So the idea is our team doesn't get paid unless they're making a profit, right? So that's kind of a good thing to know, just because. Why did that do that? I don't know why that did that. So it's basically performance based.
So that net profit right there, obviously after you've paid supply and all the fees and everything like that, is the 40% coming out of that, or that's including the 40% right there?
So it's coming out of that. So you'll receive an invoice, and then you pay that. You pay that. So out of this 9,200, you get 60% of that, and that amounts on average between 15 to 23% month over month. So look, this is 23.95. This is, let me go back. This is 21. And the more credit you have available to you, that's why minimum you should have at least 15,000 credit. I have 7,300 that I'm working with, and I'm rotating it every day. I'm clicking that disbursement button. But if you have more, and I do have more, I just haven't added my credit card to it. You'll be able to scale even higher. So like this is 65% ROI. You're keeping 60% of this 58. Let me see. So this is 40%. So like if here, I can do the math. Let's see. How do I do this? It's been a long time since I went to math class. So if I spent 1612 divided by 7388, that's 21. That's, how do I do this? Oh, I'm sorry. It's the
And you're
supply
good.
price.
I get the concept for sure. I was just curious if that net was total net or if that didn't include the 40%. But you answered my question pretty much.
Okay.
So Nick, are you using American Express cards because you don't have to pay interest on it if you pay it off on a regular basis?
Yeah. So the card will be paid off every single month. Amazon does keep. So Amazon. Let me go back to my Amazon store. Let me go to the report.
Like your Chase card or Barclays card or whatever, those are like 18% interest. Those are really high.
So what I did was I applied for this credit card, the one that I paid the $12,500 on. I applied for that, and I got 0% interest for a year. So I knew, okay, I might as well do this Amazon store. Let me put it on a card that I don't have to pay interest on, and that gives me a year to come up with 12,500. And if the store really is making money, then I'll have it paid off. So my goal, like, had my store not been suspended, this would be paid off in the first 4 months, 4 to 5 months. I still think that it will be paid off in the first 4 to 5 months. So I have like $20,000 credit available here, 12,000 here, 1,000 here, and they closed this card a long time ago. I know. And then I have in my American Express, I have 7,300 here, and I have 20,000 in another one. So I have the credit available to me, but I'm scaling it slowly because you have to scale it slowly. Over time, in 6 months, you can spend. You see, one of my friends is spending. He's got $196,000 in sales. So I mean, that's my goal. I want to get as much credit available to me as possible to where I can do that. So my suggestion or my tactic or my suggestion would be use a credit card to pay the 12,500 with a 0% interest for a year, and then use another credit card like the $7,300 one that I have to just keep a rotating line of credit. In about 4 to 5 months, that 12,500 will be paid off, and now you have the 7,300 with the 12,500 to run your store like on a regular basis. We partnered with a bank in Texas that will do financing for it. They'll basically give you a personal loan depending on your credit score. It is like, I don't know, it just depends on your credit score. It could be a 6% interest rate. It could be a 9% interest rate, but it's definitely better than a credit card interest rate if you can't open up a new one. And then we also offer a financing option with us. Basically, you pay 20. It would be 15,000 instead of 12,500 for I think 4 months. So if you have a credit card that doesn't have that much of a credit, you would pay. What is 15,000 divided by 4? I don't know. 15,000 divided by 4. You'd pay $3,750 per month on top of spending the money for your products as well. That way, you don't have to put all 12,500 on it right away, but it's 15,000 Eventually, it's 15,000 altogether. After that, the 3,750 times 4 comes out to be 15,000, because I have to pay my employees. I have to pay them, and that comes out of mine. So I'm basically covering your initial investment for the first 3 to 4 months, which I don't mind doing, but that's why the price is a little bit higher, because I have to do that. But I
But
can
just
also.
out of curiosity, the card that you have your credit on, you know, if you have a card that has a load of credit, you put a max on how much you want to use. I mean, maybe you have a card that has like $50,000 credit, but you don't want to risk that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you can let us know. So here I have in here.
So you just say like, I only want to start out at like $10,000 and see how it goes or something.
Exactly. Yeah. So like that's what I did. I said I have $7,300 in credit limit. I want to use this card. They can max out the card. We can max it out, but every 2 days I keep hitting that disbursement button to pay it off, and then the difference, like my example, the $50 for the orange juice, and we got it for 35. That $15 is the profit. But yeah, you can. We can work with you with whatever credit you have, but its minimum is going to be 15,000 to actually see like results. I mean, you can do the 7,300 like I do as well, um, and if you want to do something with like 10,000, you can, but over time to like see results and scale it up is going to be you're going to need more. Like right now, for instance, so the first month I only spent like $1,000. That's why I had the $11 profit. The second month I spent like $3,800, but now the third month I'm up to 9,800. I need more credit available to me to do that, to make additional money, right? So that you don't want to. I don't want to get you into here and limit yourself, and then you're like, oh, I was using $10,000 on a credit card, or I was using $5,000 on the credit card, and I thought that I was going to make 20% of my return. You will after about a $15,000 limit. Is my point. That's where I feel comfortable telling you that, because that's what I'm seeing, right? Like my 9,800. Next month I'm going to have to put in my other credit card with the 20,000. You're more than welcome to just do a 7,300 and make what I make, like $5,200, but you're going to be stuck at that. But you're more than welcome to do that.
I guess what I mean is you might have a credit card that has a ton of credit on it, but you don't want to take that high of a risk, so you can.
Oh yeah, so you just say, oh, I only want to spend. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can just say, I only want to spend this. You could just tell us, hey, I don't have to know how much the credit limit is. Just tell me, hey, you might have 50,000, but just tell me my credit limit is $10,000. That's it. That's fine. Yeah. I'll never know how much credit you have until when Walmart says the credit card didn't go through. Then I'm guessing that's how much you have as credit.
So are you selling a variety of products, or is it mostly this orange juice?
It's a variety of products. It's random products. Cat litter, sweet peas soup. We have Bounty. They're all consumable products, and the reason being is because typically when people purchase things from Amazon will write you back and say, hey, your paper towels are probably run out. Do you want to place another order? And they get on like a reoccurring order thing. And we had Gatorade. What else? Smart Water, Bounty paper towels, cat litter, orange juice, ocean spray, cranberry juice, a stain remover. I'm trying to think of all the other ones. I have some of them in here. And you know what, Rich? What products were in your store?
Yeah, so I was just checking that. I have post-shredded wheat spoon size.
Can you share your screen? Can you share your screen? Because he already bought one of these. He just wanted to be on the call today.
So who's choosing the products? Are they doing research?
Our team does the research. So there's like endless amounts of products. but we look for the products that have a higher margin, meaning we could sell it for more on Amazon and get it for a better price on Walmart.
So this is everything I have in my store.
Can you share your screen? At the bottom, it should say share screen.
Oh, can you not see it?
Do you see it says camera, microphone, share, record, chat, people?
Yeah. So it says choose what to share.
Oh, so share the entire screen and click on that screen. You have to click on it and then click share.
Gotcha. All right.
There you go.
So, can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so he has post shredded wheat, coffee, Cliff Bar. Oh, Cliff Bars was what I had too. Charmin, tissues.
Cliff Bar was huge. I sold a lot of that. Charmin, yep.
Yeah, can you click on your performance report?
Yeah.
Actually, it's under reports. I'm sorry, reports, business reports. So today you sold one. When did your store start?
Let's see. November 20th. No.
That's today. Click year to date, and then click apply.
Yeah, October.
Click apply. Okay, yeah. So you sold 14,000 in the first month. So he's keeping about 15 to 23% of that. So after everything's said and done, now can you go to the payment, the payments at the top? I want to show you. I don't even know if you know this. Click on reports, and then I think it's under payments. Yeah. So as a safety feature for Amazon, right? If people don't get their order, they keep at the bottom where it says account level reserve. So 1,376. So typically what I have seen is that number typically is usually your profit. And they hold that for about 2 weeks until all of the orders are shipped out. So if you want Rich, what's your credit limit that you're using for this? Do you know?
18,000.
18. So what he could do is at the top, he can click request disbursement for the 3,610, get that, and then pay off his credit card. So mine had 7,300 and he's got 3,900 in here. So he's probably spent maybe more than 7,300. So that's why I was saying you don't want to limit yourself with a smaller credit. 18,000 is perfect. You could click request payment and then you can pay that off. You can pay your card off. And typically what I've seen is the amount held usually is the profit, but that gets dispersed to you. Can you mouse over on the bottom, mouse over that little question mark?
Yeah.
So amount held in reserve is to ensure that you have enough funds to fulfill any claims or chargebacks. And have you had any of those? I've never had a claim or a chargeback because it's coming from Walmart. So Walmart is actually Walmart's a professional company and they're shipping it. Like it's not like, two kids in a warehouse that put the wrong label on it. They have a proper system that, gets shipped out to the customers. And then can you scroll to the top as well? Go to your performance and click account health. And then do you have your, so this is where we focus on. So the valid tracking rate, these are things that we focus on to make sure that the store is in good health. So the valid tracking rate, he's above 95%. That's just a tracking number so that Amazon can keep track and say, okay, this store definitely is shipping the orders because they have like an algorithm or something with the post office or FedEx or UPS that says, okay, this started from here and it was delivered to their address. And then the order defect rate is 0.42. So maybe he had one return. So maybe a bottle exploded in the mail and someone had to return it. I mean, occasionally that stuff will happen, but he's had 2 out of 481 have a problem in the past 60 days. So it's not like, I mean, that's just inevitable. Like something that it could be damaged in the mail, but
But you don't need to do anything about that. That's
no,
between that and
exactly.
Walmart, right?
Yeah, it's between them and Walmart. And what will happen is our team will receive an email that says, "Hey," from the customer that says, "Hey, I got this bottle. I only out of 12 of them, only 9 of them were good because they got smashed and they exploded, or I don't know, whatever the case is." And then we say, "Okay, here, look, we're going to send you a shipping label. So all of this is done where the customer doesn't know that we're getting this from Walmart, obviously. And we contact Walmart and we say, hey, we need a shipping return label for this. They send it to us, and then we send it to the customer, and then the customer just gets the label and they put it on the box. You guys probably have done this before too, whether, from Amazon. They give you a return label in your Amazon account, and then you go to the UPS or FedEx or post office or whatever, and it gets shipped back, and then you get your money back. And then when it gets sent back to Walmart, it gets returned to your credit card. Like, I don't know if you remember seeing in my Amex card, there was like $2.70. There were some refunds. I don't know where they came from. I have to look into it, but you get your refund, and then your Excel spreadsheet gets updated, and then your ROI and your numbers are up to date. So that's how all of this works. We are taking on 5 stores a month because it has to what's it called? We have to make sure that we do this properly. So we're only doing 5 stores for the month of December. So if you guys are interested, you can here. How do you stop sharing your screen? Rich, thank you. Thanks for doing that, bro.
Yeah. Now for the 40%, you're taking care of all the shipping labels.
Right? The only thing I'm not taking care of is you paying off your credit card.
And is there some kind of contract or something that you have?
Yeah. So that was what I was going to say is, if you are interested, respond. I don't know if I added you guys to the WhatsApp group. I can add you to the WhatsApp group. Loman, I think you're in there. Shoot me your email. We can send you the contract. You can look it over, and then from there, when you sign the contract and it gets returned, an invoice will be sent to you. And then from there, okay, so these are the expectations. You sign the contract, the invoice is sent to you, you pay the invoice, and then from there, it takes about 30 days for us to get you from the point of the payment to the point of you selling your first product. We have to create the LLC. We'll create the bank account with Stripe. If you're familiar with Stripe, it's like PayPal. They handle all of that for us. And then they create the LLC in Delaware, and then you get a bank account. They'll send them a debit card, and you'll get a debit card in the mail, a business debit card with your LLC name on it and everything. And then we will sit down on a Zoom call like this with you guys to set up your Amazon sellers account. The Amazon sellers account is $39 a month. That's just what Amazon charges for that, which is covered by your profit anyway. And then from there, we'll sit down with you. We'll set that up. You have to wait. It depends on if your store is chosen to get that little 6-digit code in the mail for verification. You have to wait. They say 7 days, but some people received them in like 2 days. And then you'll get that. And then from there, we'll spend some time looking for the products like Rich has in his store and the ones that I had in my store. And we'll get those listed. And then it's a slow process. So the first month, you'll see maybe like 1 sale a day. Maybe you'll have 2 sales, and then 3 days go by and you don't have any sales. And then from there, the next month, it will slowly scale up, and you'll have maybe 5 sales a day, and you'll have 2 days with no sales. And then like mine was in month 3.5. I was doing about $1,000 a day in sales. And then that's when it got flagged. And I mean, you can see Rich's had $30 in sales today. You're just like maybe 3 weeks into it. And then I have my cousin. He's doing this. He's having $700 in sales. And the expectation is it has to start out slow and it slowly scales up. So
can I ask you, like,
of course.
I mean,
No, these are great
because
questions. Don't feel shy.
yeah, and these ones that you showed us are both really brand new, these accounts. So have you tracked accounts over the years, or do you have some?
Yeah. So tomorrow I have a call with Rich. I'm going to go through this with him. I have 3 other friends that started in August, and I'm going to get some. I will get some more, and I will get. I'll record a video like this so that we can go through and share them with you, because that's the biggest thing too, right? Like that was what I wanted when I got into this. I have a buddy of mine. He's been doing this since March. And I can get a video with him as well to go over his stores, and I'll send them to you guys, no problem. All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. So I appreciate everybody's time.
So it sounds like you said that you get an American Express card or a credit card with your LLC on it, but you can use another credit card? Or
no, you'll get your business debit card, like from the business account. I can send you a link for the 2 credit cards that I have.
We have a lot of credit cards, but why is your LLC?
Yeah, I got 3 American Express cards.
Oh, so yeah, you're fine. Yeah.
But why is we also have a LLC?
Yeah, but you need an LLC for this business, or an LLC.
Yeah,
so just out of curiosity, it's based out of Delaware?
Yeah, I don't know why Atlas Stripe does that. There's some sort of benefit for taxes or something that's based out of Delaware.
Delaware is a tax haven.
Yeah,
it's a corporate tax haven, and that's why there's so many corporations in Delaware.
Yeah, that's how they. I don't really know how that part of it works. We just pay Stripe to do that and set that up for you, and we handle all of that.
Okay, wow, that sounds really interesting.
So, yeah, it is interesting. It's something new to me.
But it's something you've only been really working with for just a few months so far, right? I mean, there's no...
Me personally, yes. Yeah. My team, no, they've been doing it for 7 years, and I'm in contact with them to. Oh, someone just messaged. How do I see this message? I saw a message.
I saw that message for a second, but I didn't get a chance to read it.
Let me see something. I started about a month and a half, and I sold 58 in the 7 days, and I sold 26. Oh, that's Yvonne. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Yvonne, she is actually Abraham's cousin, and she said she started a month and a half ago, and she sold 5,800, and in the 7 days she sold, and in the past 7 days she sold 2,600. So hers is scaling up. Yeah, but my team has been doing this for about 7 years. So I'm in contact with them to create like a video to go over this, to get, videos of the stores that are running. So I can get them for you and go from there. If you want, just shoot me your email and I'll send them over to you in the next couple of days.
Okay, because it would be really great to see some like data,
of course.
Over the years, how it goes up and down, or how many businesses have failed, or profits, margins, or things like that.
Of course.
If they have it, that'd be great.
Yeah, no problem. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys, if you have any other questions, either just shoot me a text in the WhatsApp group, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Cool.
Thanks, Nick.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you, man.